Okay, you have 10 seconds to get your books ready. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now we will perform the clapping pattern we did last week all together at the same time. I will say ready, go, and then we will start, and then I will start counting in sevens. Don't forget you do each line twice. 1, 2, ready, go. Desk, 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 desk. Desk, 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 desk. Pattern 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pattern 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Desk, clap, down. 4, 5, 6, 7. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pattern 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pattern 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Now, the activity this week is to look at this pattern, but to change it a bit. So what we are going to do is where in your book where you had D for desk, we are going to put in a substitute. So that means you can put in a substitute. Instead of D, putting your hands on your desk, you might put your hands on your knees. So if you were going to put hands on knees instead of desk, whenever there is a D, you have to put a K for knees. If you wanted to put your hands on your shoulders, you would put an S. If you wanted to put your hands on your head instead of your desk, you would put a H. You have to substitute a letter so that each action is different. So instead of clap, you might have S for snap. Instead of clap, you might have touch your shoulders. Instead of clap, you might have touch your ears. So you would put E for ears. Then in pattern 3, where it says S, instead of S for snap, you might have touch your nose. N for nose. Then in pattern 4, you have to do that cross move. That's why it's probably easier to have K for knees instead of D. Then you can cross your hands across your knees. Or you could actually do it using your shoulders, touching your shoulders, then crossing your hands across and touching your shoulders again. It's up to you. But you have to do a substitute for each one. You have to write it out, then perform it with your partner. Show your partner what you've done. Or as a pair, you can learn it together and do the same one. Okay? Then you might like to show your teacher how you have made a new pattern. You will have about 10 minutes to complete this activity. Then you will be learning a poem. Okay, off you go and good luck. The video will return after 10 minutes. Okay, thank you everybody. I hope you enjoyed that activity, and I would love to see some of the patterns that you came up with. Fantastic! Our next activity is learning a poem. This is an old poem, and I'm not going to tell you too much about it. I'm just going to ask you to look underneath the video and you will see the words written out. So we are going to read the first verse and you have to guess what the poem is about. Okay? In the first line it says, the love of field and coppice. Coppice is a word which means an area where trees or shrubs grow, and every so often people come out and cut them down for firewood. Okay? So, I'm going to read the first verse. I will read one line and you will repeat after me each line as I go. For example, if I say, the love of field and coppice, then you repeat that, then I go on to the next line. Are you ready? Terrific. Here we go. The love of field and coppice. The love of field and coppice. Of green and shaded lanes. Of green and shaded lanes. Of ordered woods and gardens. Of ordered woods and gardens. Is running in your veins. Is running in your veins. Strong love of grey-blue distance. Strong love of grey-blue distance. Brown streams and soft, dim skies. Brown streams and soft, dim skies. I know but cannot share it. I know but cannot share it. My love is otherwise. My love is otherwise. Now, let's look at that verse and read it together without stopping. And this time I want you to think about what land or what place the person is talking about. And it's not Australia. Okay? So we're going to read without stopping. And you say each line once from the beginning. Ready, go. The love of field and coppice, of green and shaded lanes, of ordered woods and gardens, is running in your veins. Strong love of grey-blue distance, brown streams and soft, dim skies. I know, but cannot share it. My love is otherwise. Okay. You might like to put your hand up and guess what country you think that person is talking about. Okay, if you said something in the Northern Hemisphere, you're probably right, because it's talking about grey-blue distance. It's talking about brown streams. It talks about dim skies, which is not sunny skies. And then it talks about ordered woods and gardens. It talks about shaded lanes. So that means there must be a lot of trees. So it could be a lot of places in Europe, perhaps. And in fact, this comes from England. The person who wrote it came from England. Now, can you count how many adjectives there are in the first verse? Okay, the love of field and coppice. How many adjectives? All right, now the next verse, we will read it and then you can try and guess what country you think it is about. So verse 2, repeat each line after me. I love a sunburnt country. I love a sunburnt country. A land of sweeping plains. A land of sweeping plains. Of ragged mountain ranges. Of ragged mountain ranges. Of droughts and flooding rains. Of droughts and flooding rains. I love her far horizons. I love her far horizons. I love her jewel sea. I love her jewel sea. Her beauty and her terror. Her beauty and her terror. The wide brown land for me. The wide brown land for me. Now, if you look at those images, you will notice they're very different from the previous verse. Can you please have a guess which country you think this one is talking about? The second verse. Okay. Let's look at the adjectives too before we answer that, or before we decide on which country. What are the adjectives there? How many are there? Okay, now this second verse is actually, as you probably guessed, about Australia, because it talks about the sun, it talks about the wide sweeping plains, ragged mountain ranges, the droughts and flooding rains, her far horizon, her jewel sea, her beauty and her terror. The terror is like cyclones, bushfires, etc. The wide brown land for me. Now we're going to listen to the lady who wrote this poem. It's a very old poem, and most Australian children learn this poem. So we're going to listen to the woman who wrote it. Her name is Dorothea Mackellar, and you will see some pictures which help you to understand the poem. Okay, here we go.
This is Dorothea Mackellar, My Country. The love of field and coppice, of green shaded lanes, of ordered woods and gardens is running in your veins. Strong love of grey-blue distance, brown streams and soft dim skies. I know but cannot share it, my love is otherwise. I love a sunburnt country, a land of sweeping plains, of ragged mountain ranges, of droughts and flooding rains. I love her far horizons, I love her jewel sea, her beauty and her terror, the wide brown land for me.
Okay, that was very interesting. You can see how the words described the pictures. Now, what we would like you to do is to copy the words into your book. And you need to learn off by heart one of the verses. You can learn the first verse, or you can learn the second verse. See how expressively you can say the verse. We are going to record students saying this poem, and we would like to choose some students who can say it with a clear, expressive voice and who use rhythm in their voice to make it sound really interesting. That should complete Choir Time for you today. Thank you very much for your cooperation. Thank you and goodbye.